All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and part two for the 10-year anniversary is here. So what I wanted to do is actually highlight some of the sales and events that are starting today for any of you guys who decided, you're not going to log in after you've gotten your 10K crystals, because they got some good stuff cooking. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So they have this 10-year anniversary mini relay where you can get yourself a tier 2 character, X-Men included, for 10 gold. So everyone should pick that up if they're missing any tier 2 characters. By the way, this is non-premium or free-to-play characters. Okay, keep that in mind. In addition to that, they have a bunch of other events. Obviously, you can see these sales after the 10 gold cost you money, so you skip over those obviously. But at the very end here, if you decide to spend, you can get yourself a second potential realization ticket and an Odin's Blessing selector for 10 crystals. Me personally, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna get the, actually I don't have any tier 2 characters that I don't already have. So for me, that's a skip. But on my free-to-play account, I might be missing some, so I might buy that over there. Anyways, as you can see right here, for $9, you can get yourself a rare to mythic emblem chest. This is, I don't think, a bad deal if you land a legendary or a mythic. It's RNG, but if you're missing a bunch of emblems and you don't usually gamble for emblems, $10 for 1,000 crystals and 2 chances at a mythic emblem, I think that's decent, honestly. Decent to good. Moving on, ISO, you should never ever buy ISOs. You get them so often, especially now with the change to story mode. You get them too often, if you ask me. So obviously stay away from that one. Jumping on over here, we have this relay, which honestly upsets me, but let's go from the top. Let's take it from the top. Okay, so right here we got the 10-year uniform seasonal pack coming back. So if you want to purchase a seasonal uniform for $30, well, technically $20 because you get 1,000 crystals, but still, if there's a seasonal uniform that you wanted to buy that you didn't already own, you could buy this. It's not necessarily the greatest deal, but it's basically a way to transcend time. If you don't want to wait until next year to pick up a seasonal uniform, you could do that. But the best seasonal uniform in the game currently is Luna Snow, and that's coming in August. So I don't know if you would want to spend just to get that one. Anyways, moving on, we have the sales for these card packs. Honestly, $50. I guess to complete this collection and get yourself a premium card is not the worst deal, but I wouldn't buy this personally, right? I would rather buy the crystals from the bonus crystal event and then gamble, and you're going to get these cards anyways in addition to a premium card. So I wouldn't do that. This one I think is a terrible deal because you're paying the same $50, no premium card, and less crystals. It doesn't make any sense, right? This card set is better than this card set in terms of the bonus, the collection bonus that you get, but $50 for this is just bad. Again, you're better off buying crystals, because I'm going to show you there the bonus crystals are back for 50% more crystals. You're better off buying crystals and then just gambling, and you're going to get these so often. Like buying this, if you're ever planning to gamble, now even if it's not now, in the future, you're going to get them so often. It's just a silly decision to make. Anyways, so $3 for a Thunderbolt chest. I personally wouldn't buy this unless you're just trying to get tokens. That's just me. I personally wouldn't do it because you're gonna get free characters, bro, like Winter Soldier and shit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You're better off buying Ghost if you want it, like from the daily what's it called, it character selector thing. What's it called it again? I haven't bought it in so long. Like, actually, it's just not a good idea to buy it anyways, because Ghost is not necessarily needed even with her new uniform. Anyways, 10-year anniversary 7-step relay. This one is a $300 relay, and some of the purchases are decent, but what really pisses me off about this is you get to the end and they're like, oh, 7-step, don't worry, it's only 10 crystals after you've already spent $300 to get to this point, right? It's a fucking, try not to cuss, but it's a chest that gives you a 80% chance of getting a mighty CTP. Get the get out of here. Get out of here. You know, I just spent $300. Sure, I get a bunch of stuff that if I'm spending on this, clearly I obviously need, because if you don't need this stuff, why would you, right? But that's a slap in the face. 80% of people who buy this are going to get a mighty C. That's basically 2 CTPs of rages, authorities, greeds, liberation, or conquest. You know, at least it's better than I feel it was Black Friday last year. I had a couple people in my alliance that spent like $300 on one of these relays, and they got to the end and they got a CTP of patience. Shit was crazy, bro. Like, so yeah, this is terrible. I would not buy this. Okay, terrible. Moving on. Next, we got some web shop deals. Okay, this one, honestly, if this was $99, I would be in there. You know what I'm saying? If it was $99, because like you get a mythic emblem selector. I don't think this has ever been in the game before. This might be a brand new item. Cause here's the thing, I don't really be looking at the deals like that these days, because the updates were pissing me off with all of the mediocre uniforms for the last 4 months. But the anniversary has just been so good in terms of the events and stuff, so it just kind of suckered me back in a little bit. I'm hoping that after the anniversary they start making better uniforms, because realistically this update cycle, the only, I would say, must buy uniforms we got are Sentry and Taskmaster, because he's now a female and a superhero, so that's definitely utility right there. And Bucky's a little bit more versatile if you care about him as a character, but besides that, kind of mediocre uniform. But this is a great deal, you know what I'm saying, like for a brilliant well, it would be a great deal if it was $40 less. Okay, if it was $40 less and you wanted to complete your emblem collection, it's just a little bit overpriced, because I don't care about these glory hole Odins, bro. Like, they don't make that big of a difference. Take these out, take the gold out, and drop this by $40. I'm in there like swimwear, you dig? Anyways, moving on. I know this is what most of y'all were waiting on. If you didn't spend for part 1 of the bingo, we got part 2 here. This one, however, does not have any swords, and it does not have a CTP selector. No mighty, no regular, no brilliant selector. It has a random, unfortunately, a random brilliant CTP at the end. Now, it doesn't tell us which CTP are in here. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to see when this goes live after reset. I'll get back to you guys. But if patience, transcendence, and I would say if those 2 are out of the box, then it's, and refinement, no, regeneration. I always get those 2 mixed up. Regeneration, the egg is okay, but if regeneration is in here, if patience and transcendence are in here, then this box is kind of like really shitty, because there's not that many characters that can excel with those CTPs. But I would definitely say you should try to get through the first 4 levels and just primarily buy the gold, right, the energy. So anything for 100 crystals or less, buy that slowly over time. I'll say under 150. Yeah, 150 or less. If you're really like splurging, you can go 200 or less, but don't go over 200. You can see like the max you can spend for these items are 300. So you want to be in the middle ground, so you get this thing done as cheaply as possible, because the CTP at the end is random. You know what I'm saying? You could just get like a middle finger, you know what I'm saying, on the CTP portion. So you're realistically only completing this to get the tier 4 materials. By the way, so this is the crystal deal I was talking about. If you're ever gonna spend money, you look at these packs and then you weigh them out. Can I acquire the item that I'm chasing for cheaper by just buying crystals? You know what I'm saying? So like those card packs and shit, you'll be better off just spending $50 getting 10k crystals and then just going right in to try and get more premium cards. You're gonna get those semi-premium cards in the process. It just doesn't make sense. So if you were gonna buy, like, let's say the Doctor Strange card pack, where that shit at, and the where that shit at, it's $100, bro. Like, this simple math, right? Let me just go back over here. Simple math, $100, 20k crystals. For sure, you're gonna get at least 3 of each of those Monsters Elite card and 3 of the Doctor Strange cards. Like, you're gonna get them so out there. It just doesn't make sense, right? And let's jump over here. This is the big one, okay? So we have unlimited tier 3s, 25% discount, and then you can tier 4 one character at a 20% discount. This is absolutely amazing. You want to make sure you take full advantage of this. Now keep in mind, you can only choose one, okay? It's either or. However, if you choose the wrong one, you still have an opportunity to change it if you didn't select any heroes yet. So you can't start the tier 3 thing and then halfway through decide to jump over to the tier 4. So if you choose it accidentally and then change your mind and say, you know what, I don't care about tier 3, 5 or 6 characters, I'd rather just do one tier 4, you can change your mind on that later on, as long as you didn't select anyone. Now, my thing is, if you've been playing this game for 6, 7, 8 months, or you're a returning player, I would go with the tier 4 thing, assuming you have a couple thousand solar Faltine, carbonadium, and whatnot. And I'm gonna give you guys the guide right here. See, this is what you should refer to if you're going to tier 4 anyone. Look at these guys right here. You cannot choose these two, okay? But you definitely can choose Logan, you can choose Adam, you can choose Surfer, anybody in the top section here, okay? Either if you need a support for PvP or PvE, these guys are for, like, if you already have these people here. So refer to the tier list, and these guys you should ideally stay away from. Bucky has a new uniform now, but I would still put him here. Honestly, he's more for fun. Yelena I would put probably down here with Bucky as well, because I've been testing her and she ain't really doing too much for me, even in AC. Anyways, moving on, we got some more events coming in for the 10-year anniversary. As you can see right here, they're dropping another transcended character selector, and I have a tier list for that as well. Now, assuming that it's the exact same as the one that we had for part 1, these are your top picks, okay? Now keep in mind, like I said previously, Human Torch has a uniform coming soon. At the time that I made this, the Red Guardian uniform wasn't out yet, but yeah, he's now had his uniform and he is pretty much just AC, as you saw. Anyways, moving on, we got a growth event coming for Taskmaster, Winter Soldier, and Ghost, because they're getting their new uniforms. We got this dice event giving out some tier 4 materials. You're gonna get 10 dice in your inventory. That should get you up to at least the 3rd lap, maybe to the 5th lap if you're lucky, who knows. And then we got a ranking event. So it's going to be starting with Ghost, then these two coming back after that. Now I will say I am really happy that almost all of the ranking events give out crystals, because this is a significant improvement over how the ranking battles used to play out previously, where they would just give out materials. But almost all of them, even the free-to-play characters, are giving out crystals these days, so that's really, really good. Let's see, we got timeline survival starting up, so if you're missing a lot of artifacts, it's really good for you. And it's a good way to farm essence and other materials as well, but I gotta be honest, I slack on survival a lot. But moving on, we got another letter collection event. You can get a free tier 3 advancement ticket, and you can get yourself a level 80 character as well, in addition to a premium card, Rune of Return, a CTP, or you can get US Agent if you are free to play, or if you're just coming back now and you don't want to play the timeline quest event, okay? Because I know it's kind of time consuming to do 4 laps to unlock the hidden path and all that shit. So this right here, you can get US Agent and a premium card, you just can't get the Rune of Return. Now this right here, I'm actually really excited about. You are now going to be able to get yourself a CTP of Liberation. Now they're also putting the tier 2 mega advancement ticket in here. That's good. That's good. But as someone who already has all of the tier 2 characters in the game, this does nothing for me, but it does do something for people who are new or returning. So I'm happy for that. But this is a big W. And it's kind of bait, right? Because you can spend thousands of crystals and not find the liberation. But just knowing that it's in there, there's going to be a bunch of people who roll it for free, and that's great. I know I'm not going to be one of them, sad, but I spent 30k. In case you guys missed my video from a couple days ago, I spent 30k chasing the CTP of liberation, didn't get a single one. Now I did reforge and I got a brilliant greed, which I'm happy with, because I think I was averaging one CTP every like 1500 that I spent. So it's not actually that bad, like, because if you saw a CTP, whether it's a random or not, for 1500 crystals somewhere in the shop, you'll probably buy it, right? Especially if it's like a rage or energy or judgment or something like that, right? But yeah, this is amazing. I think this is just for the 10-year anniversary, so keep that in mind. I don't think the CTP of liberation is going to be here permanently, but if it is moving forward, chef's kiss, because I need me some liberations. I've been itching to go back into the freaking thing, what do you call it, the CTP chest, to try again, because I need some liberations, man. Liberate me from this drought, god damn it. Anyways, then we got this adamantium box that's not bad. It's free. You could get the tier 2 mega advancement ticket. They got some tier 4 materials in here as well. But yeah, honestly, what's carrying this anniversary, and it's usually the case though, the anniversary usually has amazing rewards, but this is by far the best anniversary that we've ever had, and rightfully so. Most games don't make it to 10 years, right? I just hope that after the anniversary events are all done, starting next month, they start spicing it up with the characters, bro. We need you to go back to making amazing uniforms that are fun and powerful. Anyways, I'm out, guys. Leave me your thoughts in the comments and let me know what you guys are gonna do. You guys gonna go gamble? Y'all go pick up crystals and try to bingo again? What's the plan, guys? What's the plan? I'm out. Peace.